Hey everyone, Kyle Mike here from MLive.com, joined by Justin Rogers. Week 5 game against the Cardinals. Lions still looking for their first win. Do they get it?
Nope. Listen, I don't want to say there's zero chance. I don't ever believe there's zero chance in the NFL, but I'd put the odds very similar to their odds last week against Seattle, maybe a touch higher because it's at home. I don't know whether I'm more fearful of the Cardinals' passing offense or their passing defense. Both are outstanding. Stafford hasn't been exactly sharp with his decision-making this year. Even the game where he had no turnovers, put one right into the chest of the defender. Patrick Peterson and Tyrann Mathieu will take advantage of those. And so I think my biggest concern is that the Lions won't take care of the football in this one.
Tyrann Mathieu is the second best cornerback in the league, according to PFF. And he is probably the Cardinals' second best cornerback. That's how good these guys are with Patrick Peterson and Mathieu. And Patrick Peterson in the past has been one of the better cornerbacks in one-on-one coverage against Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
That's a huge luxury, I think, for the Cardinals because they don't have to use all those exotic coverages that some teams use to cover Calvin. They can devote more resources to covering Tate or stuffing the run or what have you. And so I think this is really a bad matchup for the Lions. I don't see them scoring too much given that they have the league's worst rushing offense. They're not going to be able to pass it. And the Cardinals, again, they have the fourth best offense in this league. The Lions have improved. They've improved defensively. I just don't think they can keep up on offense. I got the Cardinals winning this game 28-20.
Yeah, I also have the Lions scoring 20 points. I don't know why they haven't scored 20 points, I think, since the opener. I look at the defense, and I'm pretty confident with the way the run defense is playing, even without Haloti Ngata. I'm not buying Chris Johnson's resurgence completely. I like the way the Lions are swarming to the ball right now. The defensive ends, both Jason Jones and Ezekiel Ansah, are playing very well, and they get DeAndre Levy back, which I think is a nice help to the run fits. Pass rush pressure is going to be the key with Palmer. Palmer's playing very well right now. It's a vertical passing attack that takes time. They brought a lot of nice blitz pressure against Seattle and Russell Wilson. I think Terrell Austin's really finding a rhyme and a reason with his blitz packages, how he uses them, who he utilizes. And if they can replicate that kind of pressure against Palmer, that will go a long way to giving them a chance to beating the Cardinals.
Yeah, and I think that's important this week with the Lions, again, having to remake their already remade defensive line. They brought in Ngata and Tyron Walker to replace Sue and Fairley, and both those guys go down last week. Neither will play this week. Walker's out for the year. Ngata's got a calf injury. He's not going to play this week. And so you're talking about probably Karan Reed and Gabe Wright as your starters with backups like Jamel Goodjoe and maybe one of the new guys, Fluellen or Ish Kitchen. I can't pronounce his actual first name, but
not a chance.
We'll go with Ish. So it's some serious chemistry, depth issues, I think, going on the defensive line. That makes, I think, Ansah's contributions paramount. The same for Jason Jones, because that middle, you're not going to be able to trust it, I don't think. And the Lions really do need to get some pressure, I think, on Carson Palmer and make life uncomfortable for him. Otherwise, John Brown, he's hella fast. And Larry Fitzgerald's having kind of a bounce back year for him, playing about two-thirds of his snaps out of the slot, and that's really worked out well for him. And that'll be kind of an intriguing matchup, I think, to watch between him and Josh Wilson. I think Wilson will cover him quite a bit because he plays so much out of the slot, and that is a matchup I think you have to like for Arizona.
It's 2 decades of experience right there between Wilson and Fitzgerald. 30 receptions for that guy, 5 touchdowns. I mean, it's just been nice because I think Fitzgerald's always been one of those players that's easy to root for when he's not playing your team. Just a respectable guy who is ultra talented, works very hard. He's had a few down years in a row, so I'm very curious about Levy. I want to see how much will he play, how effective will he be. He's been out of the lineup since late August. No game action since the second preseason game when he destroyed RG3's sternum. If he's,
I was going to go with Soul, but
that was pretty much the end of RG3 in Washington right there.
Right.
But if he's 80% of the DeAndre Levy that we know, it'll just be such a big boost for them, in coverage, but I think more in run fits, especially with the defensive tackles out. That Bynes has played the run, I think, pretty well as well. And so if that second level is compensating for some of the youth and journeymen in the center, I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem.
I'm curious to see what the Lions do with Bynes because he's actually he's been their best linebacker.
For sure.
And, we were very concerned about that position going into the season once we found out Levy wasn't going to be ready. And he's proven to be pretty good. I actually looked it up. He's 7th in the league at outside linebacker according to Pro Football Focus. He's been very good. But what he doesn't give you is the playmaking ability that Levy does. Levy's more about the big plays, lots of tackles, lots of interceptions. He's very good in pass coverage, which Bynes he was fine, but not. Yeah. He doesn't cover nearly as much territory as Levy, and so that'll be a help, I think, for the Lions. But what do they do with Bynes? I'm curious to see if they slide him to a weak side linebacker, a place he's played before, especially with Travis Lewis dealing with an ankle injury, and Tahir Whitehead. We don't know really what's up with him and his place in the offense, in the defense rather. But I'd be curious to see what they do with the rotations now that Levy's back in the fold.
On offense, not a lot of big plays. How many 20+ yard plays do you think the Lions offense has in this game?
In this game?
In this game.
1, 2.
See, and that
they have
right
what
there.
They have what all year? 12 probably? 13?
11 passes, 1 run.
Okay, there you go. 12.
Yeah. So if it's 2, it's not going to be enough.
Right.
I mean, they really need to stretch the field to spread Arizona's defense out. Got to protect the football. Need to pick up chunk plays. Got to prevent chunk plays against Arizona. I mean, it's simple. Football isn't that complex, or it's very complex, but it breaks down to simple rules, and if I think the Lions can do that, that's going to be be the way they pull off the upset.
Your coach speak is on point these days.
Yes.
It's been a lot of time
on to Arizona. On to Arizona.
Take them 1 week at a time. That's what we got. Lions are 0-4, searching for that first victory. I think we'd say the postseason chances are already pretty much nothing, but if they want to even pretend like they're in the playoff hunt, got to win this game. 4 o'clock, Fox, we'll be there. For Justin Rogers, I'm Kyle Menke. We are MLive. Keep it here.